Namaste, Fit Fam. Let's get started. Come in a child's pose, so you can come either knees together, knees wide, and we're gonna sit back on our heels. If you want to try and come on the tops of the feet, you could do that. Else, maybe having the feet curled onto the toes if that's more accessible for you. And then we're just gonna sit back on the heels. Either way, try and nestle down here. And then sinking our hips back, we're just gonna extend our sternum forward and then just slowly lower it down, trying to get as much length as possible through our spine, through the crown of the head, from the base of our sacrum. You can have your fingertips forward, you can twiddle the fingers, you can tent the fingers if you want to tent them, and roll the shoulder blades together, or you can open the hands towards the top, or you can have the arms down alongside the body. Maybe roll onto the crown of the head and get a little shoulder rinse. So those are options. Then child's pose, we're just trying to, get, 5-10 breaths, nice Ujjayi breath, warming up the body, checking in, doing little body scans. And then from there, once you maybe aligned on an intention or just a little personal mantra, we're gonna shift up to all fours. So pretty much all fours you can come, it's a great foundational thing from rolling out of bed to just practicing your chaturangas, arm balances, and just good little, just a little tool to check in, see how strong you are in certain areas, foundational elements. So in the beginning, we just want to check in with the wrists. So creases of the wrists can line up with the front edges of the mat. So think about connecting the dots with the wrists. Don't get caught up so much on where the fingertips are pointed. Pretty much like for me, my index finger is pointed straight up, and then the creases of the wrists are just straight line, and then that allows me to roll my triceps in, and then I can just get my hands nice and flat. So I'm trying to eliminate any gap in between my palms so I can really ground down and let the weight come from my shoulders, through the elbows, into the base of my palms. And then as I shift forward, I'm just slowly pressing the mounds of my hands down into the fingertips. And then that just allows all the weight from my upper body to, dissipate throughout the entirety of my hand, this whole span. And then trying to have, our fingers nice and evenly rooted instead of close together. That way we can have more surface area just to really ground down. And you can flex with your fingertips and go back and forth. And then from there, just checking in with the knees, get them right underneath the hips, nice and comfortable. Then you can drop the belly, inhale, exhale, tuck the chin, and get some nice cat-cows there. You can shift the hips to the right, look over the shoulder. You can shift the hips to the left, look over the shoulder. Shout out Baba Jide for that little tip. And just, warming the spine up, maybe exhaling the hips to the left or to the right when you're in cat pose, stretching out those lats, those obliques, and just warming up the breath here. And then from here, so, you can warm the breath up, warm the body up. You can do all types of things. You can extend back from plank there. You can curl onto the toes, lift the knees up, just warm the hands and the shoulder blades up, core up. And you can also hinge at the elbows, check in with your chaturanga. So literally chaturanga, we're just bending at the elbows, leaning our heart forward, and then hinging down, trying to really grasp with the fingertips. And then that's going to give us our nice chaturanga arms, squeezing those elbows into the ribs, and then press back up and getting that a few times back and forth. And that's going to really get a nice little workout in. And then from there, pretty much you can press back to down dog, but the cream of the crop is you don't have to move your arms when you want to come into say Bakasana crow pose. So same foundational element, the creases of the wrists, connecting the dots. You can come into a side crow. We can come into, 8-angle posture. Come into, from down dog, get a little running man. Then you can even get a little side scissor. All foundational. Coming back, didn't have to move my hands at all. So simple little tip, just coming out of our, child's pose to all fours. And then from there we'll build on. Namaste, fam.